Hi everyone. I hope you have known me by now with all those technical glitches because me and Tanu both have been trying to come live for quite some time. But there is some technical glitch. Either I am not able to add her or she is not able to add me. So I have to take this forward from here again because we have anyway lost some time, and I think we should take this forward from here. And Tanu will be there on the chat box and also on the comment section. So this session is about that how you can leverage social media for your brand promotion and business promotion, right? So yeah, I've started to get comments. Tanu is saying hi Tanu. I think everything is going well now. And then there is a comment from Meena Kapoor. Hi Meena, and Dr. Shweta. Hi. So I hope everything is going fine now. So just send in a confirmation that everything is going fine. I'm clearly audible and visible to every one of you. Yeah, I am. Right, fine. So great. So just put a mention that I am clearly audible and visible to all of you. The comments come a little later than you post here on the live session, so it takes a few seconds or a few minutes to. Uh, yes, I am fine. Thank you so much. All right. So starting with what is social media? Social, yeah. So if all of you if you have any questions or if you have any answers, you can also let me know. Now Tanu says that introduce yourself to our viewers also. Okay, fine. So Tanu, thank you for the introduction that you had already given, but let me just very briefly tell you that I, by qualification, I'm an HR professional and a content writer, and by passion, I'm a creative writer and a storyteller. I have been into trainings for writing skills, content writing, creative writing, and other writing skills. Apart from that, I am also the into the trainings for digital marketing, right? And I have been working into corporates for past 20 years. And I have recently started my journey in writing around three years ago, and that's about me. And writing is just my passion, which I had rediscovered, or I would say reinvented myself after working for good 20 years in the HR and admin domain. So that's about me. So okay, we are here to discuss about social media. So first of all, without wasting any further time, I would ask a question before I start. I mean, what do you think social media is? Start posting your comments so that it doesn't feel that I'm talking to the screen and I'm talking to all of you. So that is what the beauty of social media is. So it should not feel like that you're talking to the screen. So keep posting your answers and questions as I say or as I ask. What is social media according to you? Any answers on that? Okay, I am yet to get some answers because it takes some time for the comments to show up. So, social media is basically a mixture of two things. Now, what are those two things? Those two things are, uh, okay, those two things are psychology and technology. Social media is built on technology. You have to understand that every platform, be it Facebook, or be it Instagram, be it Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest, every social media platform has a different algorithm to work on. So that is what the technology part is all about, that you can learn once, right? Now, second part is the psychology. Psychology stands for the audience, that what kind of audience is connected to you. So that is something that you have to learn every day if you have to build your brand on the social media. So this is exactly what social media operates on. One is technology and other is psychology. So now I've started to take questions. How liberating has the journey been so far? How did you evolve as a content writer? So see, my journey started, Tanu. I started my career as an HR professional. I studied HR because my family wanted me, or my parents wanted me to study HR because that was considered to be the easiest option for girls considering their future married life and everything. But writing was always my passion. Though I was an average student throughout my schooling, but my writing skills were always good. So I was pretty good with writing, and I used to write very good essays. I used to score full marks in essays. So, but then that was left behind somewhere amidst, family, child, work, everything, and then it was left behind somewhere. And a few years ago, I started with a blog, right? I just posted my blog on one of the leading women oriented platforms, and somehow it got published. And then it was also promoted. And then the kind of love or the kind of feedback that I got for my writing skills was awesome. And then for next blog, and then next, and then next, and I couldn't stop. So this is how I started to work. And for content writing, because I knew my writing skills were good, so I had to enroll myself for a professional content writing course, so that I learn the technicalities of content writing, the content formats and everything. So that's how I evolved as a content writer. I've been into content writing for past 4 years now. So this is what about me, and this is how I evolved as a writer. So okay, so fine. So we were talking about the technology and the psychology of social media that you have to connect with. Technology can be learned. You can go for any kind of workshop, social media workshop, and you can learn the technology there. The algorithm can be learned, though it keeps changing, but you have to brush it up in like every few days. कुछ दिनों में जाके आपको दोबारा समझना पड़ता है जब एल्गोरिदम चेंज होता है, तो यू कैन गो बैक एंड लर्न, start to learn that what the algorithm of Facebook is now. Every few days it keeps changing, but then it doesn't require a lot of once you have learned the algorithm or the process of Facebook or Instagram, then it is going to work that way. But the psychology of your audience keeps changing. Why people come on Instagram or why people come on Facebook, what do they do on these social media platforms, that is more important for you to understand. So that is how you will find, or you will connect with the right people, right? So social media, Meena says social media is to connect with the society. So absolutely right, Meena. So what happens that okay, let's just take an example. You go to a networking meet, right? And what do? You create connections. You don't sell there, you just create connections. So what happens in on social media, that you create connections, you network. So your presence on social media should be your presence on social media should be such that anybody who is interacting with you should know that they are interacting with a human and not business. So that is how you have to take your social media further. So any social media platform, which be it Facebook or Instagram, if a reader or if a person feels that I am interacting with a screen, or I am interacting with a person, with a business only, then it may not give you the fruitful results. So what you have to do is that you have to always ensure that you sound like and you appear like a human behind your social media platform and not a business. So let us just understand the basic, that social media is not about selling. So we have those e-commerce websites for that, which is like Amazon, Flipkart, and many other. You can create your own standalone website on Shopify also. But social media, your prime objective is not to sell. You should not sell on social media. Try not selling on social media. You can be promotional. You should build your brand on social media. You should make your presence felt on social media. You should be there, that okay, I exist. Make your existence felt in the industry. But do not ever do that you're trying to getting into direct sales or something. I mean, if we talk about social media, there are say around 45%. Now this data is from medium.com and it is well researched. So 45% of world's population is on social media for an average 2 hours and 30 minutes every day. So this is the real data. So this is the kind of potential social media has for your business. But do you think that you have to interact with the 45% population on the world who is active on social media? No, you don't have to. So what you have to do is that you have to find your target audience. Two things on social media is very important, that you connect, and you connect rightly. You should connect with the target audience only. So what people do is, they try and gain followers, but are those followers gonna bring business to you? So you have to understand that not having followers, just the number of followers doesn't mean that you can it's good for you. If I have, for example, if I have 15,000 followers on Instagram, and my post is, I post something today, do you think how many people read it, or how many, let's not read it, let's just discuss that, do you think how many people does it reach to? Out of 15,000, it will only reach 1,000 people. Let me tell you. So, and out of those 1,000, if those people, or those 1,000 followers are not your target audience, then it is, I don't think so, it is gonna be of any help. So instead of gaining followers, what you should focus at is building a target audience, and not just the followers. Because having a followers, it is okay, I can have a number of followers, but are they really my target audience? So that is one big question. So you should have a goal before going to social media. So before you go to social media, you might have three goals. You want to, either you want to build your personal brand, like me, like I go on social media because I want to build my personal brand. The second is that you need website traffic, and the third is that you want to generate sales, right? So these are the three reasons. Now out of these three reasons, only one can be a primary reason, and the next can be the secondary reason. If you have all the three reasons, then you are a bit confused with the goal statement. So please define your goal statement, why you are there on social media. So that's very, very important for anybody to understand. So this is what you have to decide, that do you want to build your personal brand, or you want to drive traffic to your website, or you want to generate leads through social media. You can never directly sell on social media, it doesn't work that. Even if you have sold through social media, it will be a short term gain, and it is not necessary that you have the you keep boosting your sales through social media. So try and connect through social media. So coming on to a few more questions. So anybody can tell me that why do people come on social media? Let's just get some question answers here, that why do people come on social media? Okay, so let's just wait for the comments. People usually come to social media for primarily another three reasons. One is to share about their life stories, share about their stories, share about their life, their personal reasons. The second is that they want to get inspired, or read the inspiring articles and is inspiring content which is being posted there. Third, they want to know what is happening around, what their friends and favorite people are doing. They follow celebrities and they follow everyone else. So that is one reason. And these are the primary three reasons that people come to social media. Any of these reasons does not include buying. So buying is not the prime requisite of a visitor who visits his Facebook page or Instagram profile. So you have to understand that psychology of the reader. So try that you connect with the reader and not directly sell. So creating relationships on social media is very, very important. And how do you create those relationships? You create those relationships through your writing skills. Whatever you are posting on social media will create a relationship with your reader. right? Or reader or target audience or whosoever it is, right? So before coming to social media, you have to answer three questions. Why I am creating a social media account, what benefit it is gonna give me, who is my target audience. Now, who do you decide your target audience is? That what is that you are helping with, what is your product, what is your service, who it is going to help, and how it is going to help. So if you are able to answer these three questions, right, whom my product or service is helping, how it is helping. So if you are able to answer these questions, you are able to decide your target audience. Okay, so once you have your target audience and once you know that why you are on social media, either you are there to generate sales or you are there to generate website traffic or you are there to build your personal brand, then you can decide a goal statement also. So once you have that goal statement, then only create a social media account for your business promotion. So that is very, very important to decide a goal and a target audience before deciding to go on a social media platform. Now, how do you choose a social media platform? So there are different social media platforms. One is Facebook. So let me just tell you very briefly, Facebook and LinkedIn. These are the social networking site, right? So here you network with people, right? And then the next is media sharing networks. What are the media sharing networks? YouTube and Instagram. These are the media sharing networks. So people who have their businesses which is dominated by media, good quality pictures and videos should be on media, should or must be on media sharing networks, right? Facebook has a perfect blend of posting a link, an image, hashtags, and also some written content. So you can use Facebook. If Facebook can be universal for everyone, but when it comes to media, please try using YouTube and Instagram, but you should learn the algorithm. Now, explaining the algorithm of every social media would not be possible for me here, but then definitely we can do it, keep a separate workshop for that, right? So that is one thing. The other is the discussion forums. So not many people are active on the discussion forums. Now, Reddit and Quora, these are very popular discussion forums, and it is termed as social media, right? Social media platforms. Be active on there, because there are a lot of people who are asking questions and they do not have answers to. Instead of asking Google, people have started to ask questions on the discussion forums. So you can be active there and build your brand there, but never try to sell there. That's not going to work. So when you are trying to help people out with your answers or with your expertise, they get inspired, and then they get try to look out that who this person is who's trying to help me, right? And then that will be or he or she will be your potential customer, right? So that is one thing. And the next, last but not the least, blogging. So if you do not want to blog, write a proper 500 700 words blog, you can go on to Twitter, which Twitter is a micro blogging site, let me tell you. So that you can go on to Twitter and write something about about your business or about what is happening, and be active there in like 140 characters. So you can, if you are, for example, if you are a fitness expert, give a fitness tip every day on Twitter. So that will build your brand, right? If you are an artist, so give an art tip every day on Twitter, right? If you are a writer, share your 140 word story on Twitter. So this is how gonna help. This is called microblogging. So you can do that. Everybody can do that, right? Now coming on to how to write on social media. So I would want, now it feels like that I'm talking to the screen. So please, everyone start to put in your questions, and I'll be glad to answer all of them. So please keep posting your questions in the comment section, right? Okay, so what kind of content you write on social media? So effective social media posts include that it should be grammatically correct. You should not make any kind of grammatical errors. You should, if you're writing for a product, if you're writing a product description, write the USP of the product. Why would I buy your product? You should, what is that in your product which is not there in other products? So always write the USP your product or USP of your products. And while writing, always insist on the benefit and not the feature of the product. So if you're talking about a mattress, talk about a good night's sleep and not the softness of the mattress, right? So if you are talking about insurance, talk about the benefit of the insurance, right? So sorry. So if you are talking about the green tea, talk about the benefit of the green tea and not of its purity. If you are talking about honey, talk about why organic and not that you have organic. So these things you have to keep in mind, because feature is for the manufacturer or the seller, but the benefit is for the buyer. So always write about the USP and always try to share about the benefit and not the feature. Feature is for you, but the benefit is for me. So always try to make sure that you are whenever you are writing, supposedly you deal in jewelry, or you have a business of jewelry. So make the woman or the buyer, make the buyer feel that they will look like a diva, and not talk about the jewelries. Jewelry is appealingly good, but when I will buy it, I will definitely ask for the features. But what will I not ask is for the benefit. So you will have to post the benefit first and feature later. So always keep in mind that whenever you are writing a social media post, always keep in mind that you have to talk about the benefit and not necessarily the feature. Feature is for you. So this is meant for product descriptions, right? Now, coming on to copywriting. Copywriting is any kind of promotional writing or any kind of promotional material that you write for the sales promotion or for the promotion of your business. But when you are writing on social media, you will not do direct sales promotion. So, what will you do? You will try and build your brand through copywriting. So, always have, now, this copywriting may have a few, few things that you might have to understand, or that you might have to share. So always have you might want to drive traffic to your website, you might want people to look through your catalog, or you might want people to sign up for your workshop or anything like that. So you when you are doing copywriting or when you are doing any kind of advertising or writing like this, always try to create or add in a call to action. We call it CTA in the marketing terms, right? We call it CTA, call to action. So buy now, shop now, register now, right? These are called the call to action, where a reader always takes an action in your favor. Read more, learn more. So these are the call to actions. So here a reader always takes an action in your favor. So please do add a call to action for the reader, and always add that we call it WIIFM. What's in it for me? मेरे लिए इसमें क्या है? Whatever post you are writing on social media, it is meant for others to read. It is not for you, especially when you are writing for your business promotion. It is not meant for you. It is for meant for others to read. Why would others read it, right? So others would only read it if they find something for themselves. Okay, so always write that what is in it for the reader there, and then you talk about your business and service, right? So these are a few things that you have to keep in mind while going or writing for the social media. Always write grammatically correct post, never do any kind of grammatical errors. You do not use letter U, or do not use Y instead of WHY. Do not use U instead of YOU, because that doesn't, that makes you look a little uh, let's say, that using WHY makes you look more professional and more serious about your work. So this is something that you have to keep in mind. Never indulge in any kind of never indulge in any kind of these comment or war of words on social media. You may agree to disagree, because everybody on social media has a different perspective. You may agree and you may not agree, but then you can leave it there and move on. You've got, you can move on with other things. So there is something that you can leave for other people to think about, or leave which is not very productive for you, so you can move on. However, making a point is always required, right? So this is what you can do on uh, social media. And you can, okay, now Supriya Agarwal is saying hi. Can you repeat what I missed? I guess, yeah, I actually talked about what is social media, and what kind of platforms are there. There is different algorithm for every platform. How do you choose your social media platform? And we spoke all of that. And we are covering the writing part now. So okay, now let's talk about that. How do you write product descriptions in brand promotions? So, when you talk about product descriptions, see, have you ever try reading the product description? I'm sure everybody is on Amazon. So, if you are dealing or if you are into the business of watches or women accessories, try reading a product description of Michael Kors watch and a Titan watch, right, on Amazon. You will find the difference. So product description should be written in a way that your the USP of your product or service is highlighted, and what is highlighted or what is meant for the buyer is the benefit they are getting. Always write the best features of your product, and always write the availability. Always write that how it is in the courier. Whenever you are talking on social media, you should always talk about that. How does the buyer get the product, right? So you always talk about that, and always ensure that you connect with people. If you post from one side, you just post a product description, right? You just post an image and you write something about it, and just leave it for other people to like. This is not how the algorithm of social media works, right? It is about, then it will be like that you are shouting from one side and nobody is listening from you. Now the likes is just not enough on your post. So when you are posting an image of your product, it will, you should also talk about what the product is all about. Share some insight knowledge. Supposedly you are posting a traditional sari, right? Supposedly you're posting about a Banarsi silk saris that you are promoting. Talk about where the Banarsi silk comes from, what is the use, what is the thread, where the weaver comes from, and all of that, right? So that is what you have to do, that people should connect with you. And once people start to comment on your post, engage with them, because more you engage, more you are able to connect with your target audience. It is not so I'm repeating it again, but it is not about just gaining followers, but it is about connecting with the right target audience. So you should always keep that in mind, that you have to keep engaging. It is about engagement, connections, and networking on social media instead of selling. Now, Supriya, can you describe hashtags? Okay, now on Instagram, you can use as good as 30 hashtags, but the algorithm or the process of hashtags keeps changing, it keeps changing, right? So what it is that you can use all the 30 hashtags, but you have to ensure, it won't be possible for me to share the screen and tell you how it works, but yes, it works that way, that do not use the same hashtags, because then it doesn't work. Always use different hashtags, and never use irrelevant hashtags. On Instagram, you can use as many as 30 hashtags, and you should use them, but do not use irrelevant hashtags. Supposedly, you are dealing in jewelry, and you are hashtagging Tanishq Utsav. So if you are not selling Tanishq, your follower or your target audience is not gonna stick to you. They will leave. So there is no point using that hashtag. So I saw somebody on a chiffon sari. She used a hashtag of Kareena Kapoor. So if you are not Kareena Kapoor, or Kareena Kapoor is not your model, then that hashtag is not gonna work for you. So you have to ensure that you have to use the relevant hashtags and not the irrelevant hashtags. On Facebook, you should keep the right blend of image, link, content, and hashtags. Create your business hashtags also. It is very easy to create. Create your business hashtags and use them in every post so that you are easily found, right? And also this is about hashtags, and there are other things also, like for hashtags, people end up using hashtags which are very popular and with thick density. But you should understand that what kind of algorithm that are they are using. There will be high competition on the thick density. Now, what are thick density hashtags? Whenever you are posting a hashtag on Instagram, I'm talking about Instagram, whenever you post a hashtag on Instagram, you see a number. So bigger the number is, bigger the competition is. So you have to choose the words or choose the hashtags in a way that you balance your content, right? So this is what you can do for hashtags. And using the hashtags is very important, but use them very wisely, right? So okay, now my message, Tanushi asks your message to winning Strees during Corona and how to make the most out of these times. Okay, so during COVID, my first message to everyone would be stay safe, right? Now, second message, which is very important, we never thought that our children will start to study online, right? We never thought. We were refraining our children and telling them, do not spend time on screens and do not watch laptop and don't be here or something like that. But when we talk about this COVID or Corona thing, it's everything is online these days. So if you are not present or if you are not online these days, so you are missing out something. So be present, make your present uh, felt on the social media. And your present can only be felt not just by posting. Please ensure that you don't just post, but you also engage, right? So this is very very important. Engagement with other users, with your target audience, and then achieving your goal is very very important. So these are the things that you have to keep in mind. And the second message is that there are there is nothing, there is no real substitute to hard work. So you have to step out of your comfort zone. See, when I started this digital marketing thing, I didn't know anything. I didn't know that how these Facebook works, or how this social media platforms work, how search engine optimization, what is the difference between search engine optimization and search engine marketing. I didn't understand anything. But it's just that I come from a non-technical background. But it's just that I have stepped out of my comfort zone and I have worked hard on that. So there is just no real substitute to hard work. So if you go to Google and type Vandana Saxena blogger, right? Try doing that on your devices now if you can. So if you go to Google and type Vandana Saxena blogger, you will find my website on the very first page out of somewhere around 4 5 lakh results, right? So that is what search engine optimization is. So coming from a non-technical background, if I can do that, all of you can do that. So let me tell you, it is no rocket science. It's just that we feel scared that how to manage a Facebook page, how to manage an Instagram account. It makes it sounds very difficult, but let me tell you, this is, once you start doing it, it is very enjoyable. And when you see your business growing through these platforms, it's a delight for your eyes, and your hard work really pays off. So this is what I'm gonna say about, this is my message. So keep streaming online, because that is very important. The world is online these days. Most of the things are shut. So yeah, stay safe and be there on the social media platforms. So this is what my message is for all of you. Right. So thank you, Tanu, for having me here. So I will still be glad to answer any questions if you have. Please keep posting your comments in the your questions in the comment section. Okay, fine. So I'm not getting any. So I think Okay, so I think I'm good to wrap up the session with. So if you want, anybody of you want, you can connect with me on Facebook, and I there is a series of workshop which is going on for Instagram, Facebook, and other things also. Blogging and everything. We just had a workshop yesterday, and you can join our workshops and learn more about social media and digital marketing in our workshops. So you can find me on my Facebook page and stay connected. And thank you for having me, Tanu. And I sign off here. So I'm not getting any more comments. I was waiting for any comments if you are, if I'm able to see any kind of questions. Okay, great. So Supriya says that thanks for great inspiration. I'm looking forward to create my digital presence. Yeah, thank you. So I hope to see you all and stay connected. Thank you.